really important in field work so that you can tag a number of different animals and tell them apart. Gadgets on here, this just lights up the dial. This dial gives you the strength of the signal, but there's also a speaker, and it's an audible signal as well. And you can hear the difference in the strength of the signal. And that varies by a lot of things. Principally, your distance, the distance between the transmitter and the receiver. And this transmitter has about a kilometer range on it under ideal circumstances.
Yeah, but these heel things.
Topography gets in the way, rocks, vegetation, trees, a lot of things can affect the strength of that signal. And then it's got some other controls on here that regulate the sensitivity of the device. The closer you get, you have to make the machine less sensitive. Otherwise, the needle and the signal will just peg out on you. It'll be too strong. This is just they call it a Yagi antenna, Y-A-G-I, and it's just that's a fancy name, but it's just one with horizontal elements on it, and it's a directional antenna, so that it's got a front and an arrow, so you receive the strongest signal when the antenna is pointed directly at the receiver. In theory. Radio signals can bounce around, and so sometimes the snake, might be up on that hillside, and if you're down on the bottom, the signal's going across and bouncing off the hillside back to you, and you don't know whether it's coming from there or there. Matt remembers, and sometimes we look like blind fools stumbling around out here trying to figure out where the real signal is and where it's not. Sometimes we have to backtrack, and we almost always, out of hundreds of attempts, 99.9% of the time we find the snake. But every now and then you really get befuddled. We'll see if we get something from here. And this is set for maximum gain right now. Now watch what happens when I turn this. Use the segment. So we know it's in that direction. Now, when this thing's set at its maximum gain like that, it covers a broad area. And so you only know it's out there somewhere. That's the best you can do at this distance. But the closer you get and the more you turn down the sensitivity, the narrower you can focus on the signal, to the point where you eventually get to it's right there. And sometimes when you do that, you still can't see the damn snake. They might be under leaves or something, or these timber rattlesnakes are perfect examples of cryptic coloration. They mimic the forest floor wonderfully, and they sometimes are just really, really hard to pick out. So anyway, we're encouraged. If this animal was in the den, and this is just from our experience here, if that animal was in his den right now, we would not get a signal here now, so he's probably out somewhere.
How much does an antenna like that cost?
Nothing.
Have any idea?
for Rita and me, nothing. All of this is free.
Okay.
I think it's about $600.
All right.
But you can do it from what you have on the hand.
Yeah, I guess.
Different with some radios and some ball drops.
Yeah, I would like to.
Yeah, Rita and I we're just volunteers on this project. We live about a mile that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
And because of our background, we're both biologists, retired, and because of living here and because we know the snake research guy, we get to volunteer to do this, which is a ball for us. And that's some advice I'll give you, you young people. You want to get in a situation like this. We don't have to write reports. We don't write budgets. We don't write plans. We just do the field work. We just do the fun stuff. So always keep that in the back of your mind. That's what you're shooting for.
This is really motivation why we are biologists. For me, it was motivation why I'm biologist. To work with snakes.
I think
but it's
for
less and
almost
less.
all of us it is, yeah.
More computer, yeah. You know
Snakes down there.
which way?
Down there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we went that way.
Oh.
I don't know.
You're so close.
Yeah. And then we went this way, but we didn't see it.
They just walked up at it when we were actually already.
Are you all familiar with
No.
telemetry
No.
equipment?
Actually, we like to.
We're going in the right direction and we are gaining on them.
I mean, I don't think it could have been that.
Oh, and I. So you get the. So you can adjust the sensitivity. To bring it back down into a range, and you keep doing that the closer you get.
Does anyone do radiotelemetry on Vipera?
Oh,
Are there studies?
Some people did it.
You know, another one of our snakes has spent a lot of time in a power line right of way. And there are like prairie warblers, lots of birds in the right of way in that vegetation. And they may be relying on the birds at certain times of the year. And fledglings may be aggravating.
Yeah, he has moved.
Maybe that's going on right now.
And the final trick, the last control that you can do, there's something called a signal attenuator, and we can turn it on, and it really reduces the sensitivity of the machine. And you have to be within about 100 feet of the animal to pick up that signal. And we can get a faint signal now with that attenuator on. And as I had mentioned too, what the as you reduce that sensitivity, you really increase your ability to determine direction and distance. And so when we first started, we just knew it was out there somewhere. Now we know it's over in that direction pretty precisely.
We found two little ones.
Oh, we did?
Just bumbling around.
Okay. But yeah, I guess when they
You can, for right now, I'll tell you.
Well, let's check this out in case we want to go there. They do get under the leaves so that you can't see any part of them. Well, he's more over there.
He's in there.
Yeah, cool.
Over here. Here's the
Really cool.
Oh.
Now you can see here.
Yeah. How did I miss that?
See, if you get too close, you're going to be moving the greenbriers too much.
All right. Yeah. So watch this greenbrier right here because it attaches. To
Mm-hmm.
And
So
it,
it-
I can see his eye over here. And they called you. That's good that you made that relation.
They're not the biggest.
Pretty tangled.
it's too bad it's, the end of the season. There's always next spring
For what?
coming back.
Yeah. So you would. I want to. For sure. I want to keep tabs on these guys.
Maybe the situation will be different with the politics. Maybe it'll be over. Maybe these bums will be out,
Cool. Well,
but you can't count on it. Very close by. Just like, 2 years ago I found this one.
right.
And that's snake in the middle of April. That's the only way.
Well, call us in the middle of April and we'll bring down 20 students that want to walk
Okay, well,
shoulder
we'll
to
keep
shoulder
that in
across the
mind.
hills.
So what we would have to do, if we were going to do this, is just try to identify the cancer down.
That is a dandy.
Yeah.
That's,
I think it's actually Fowler's. So it's these how many warts per spot?
Mm-hmm.
American toads have 1 wart per spot. This one seems to have 2. It's kind of hard to tell with this guy actually. Ooh, sorry buddy. It's a nice one.
they get a speckled belly. The throat. What on the?
This one does it.
Yeah. I think that's the
Which one?
Fowler's.
You think it's Fowler's? Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's got
Really red.
1 wart per spot, or multiple warts per spot.
Depending on that.
That'll be nice.
Anaxarus Fowleri. Venomous snake issue. Or at least Lyle thinks they would be. I've never actually asked because Lyle's kind of suggested that I don't do it. But I mean, at Cal Poly, we would do this at their auditorium. So this is where I did my master's. We would bring like 3 or 4 big.
Does the Ohio Union still have a science series in terms of lectures? Do you know?
They're having some of the